welcome if this is your first time here or if you're coming back. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. All helps with YouTube analytics and all the rest of it. We are here today and we face a big match both in the Premier League but also in the Champions League, because today we face two teams at the top of their game, and if we're going to progress, we need to beat both of them. Welcome to Making Tottenham Hot Spurs Again. Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Making Tottenham Hotspurs Again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you in the Premier League versus West Ham at home and against Roma in the Champions League Group C. It's our fourth match in that group. If you've been watching the previous episodes, you'll know how we are progressing in that, and we will have a quick look at the table just to recap in case you are just joining us. If you are just joining us, can I just say that it's probably prevalent at this juncture in time, before we go into too much detail of how we're doing so far, if you go back to the start of the series, you'll find it in the playlist down below somewhere. Then start from the beginning and watch your way through to here. Meanwhile, for those of you that are still with us and still watching and want to keep up with what's going on, since you were last with us, we did promise that we would have the highlights from the Carabao Cup fourth round against Brentford. But in all honesty, we had one highlight for the whole game. One highlight. It was very, very, and it ended up in penalties. I can tell you we did win 7-6 on penalties. 7-6 on penalties. We scored all ours. It was Martinez was in for Castells, who was on international duty, and he made a save to get us through to the the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, where we will meet Chelsea. We'll have a look at that game, where that comes into the running order a little bit later. Just to recap them, so currently games having been played around us while Carabao Cup and things like that have been going on. We're currently 8th in the table out of the European places at the moment. We are 3 points adrift of Manchester City in 4th in the Champions League, and we are 1 point adrift of Arsenal, who are 7th and just in the Europa Conference. So we do need to find some form. We're not that far adrift. If you look at it in relatively details, Leicester played 2 more games than us and are only 6 points in front, which means if we were to clear that up, we would catch Leicester up as it is. And we have a slightly better goal difference as well. But today's task, we have to play West Ham. And as we already know, West Ham are top of the table. They've out of the 9 games played to date, they have won 8 of them, lost only 1, 23 for 6 against. So they have a very, very good defence as well. 24 points, where we have won 5, drawn 1, lost 3, 20 goals scored, but we've conceded 13 and only 16 points on the board. So we'll hopefully be able to close that gap a little bit. Today would be nice if we can get that down to just a couple of wins away from West Ham. Who knows where we could end up, but it's going to be a bit of a tough task. The other thing to mention, of course, is that we have, as mentioned, we have Roma in the Champions League at their place. We've beaten them at our place by 1-0. Very close affair. But as you will see in that last game, there it is. Nope. That's Sturm Graz, Mark. There we go. That's the thing. Lucas Moura after 75 minutes. Lucas Moura out today on suspension because he got suspended for 3 matches after his sending off against Fulham. And I'm not sure if this is the second or the third game that he misses. I think this is the third, actually, because being an EFL, I have a feeling that that the Caribou Cup probably counted as one of the suspension games. I wouldn't be certain on that. Okay, so that's where we're at today. As you see, top of the table, 3 played, 3 won, 5-4, none against, 9 points. Roma in second on 6 points. Played 3, won 2, lost 1 that game against us. 10-4, 3 against. And then comes Stone Graz on 3 points and Shakhtar on 0 as it currently stands. That's how it all pans out. Let's do no more and go through to our first game of the episode. It's a Premier League top of the table clash against West Ham. And this is the team that will face West Ham. It's Castells in goal, Reguilón, Romero, Upamecano, Mahale on the right-hand side, Dembele and Holzberg in central midfield with Son, Lo Celso and Bergwijn up front. Kane in front of them. On the bench, Martinez, Sewell, Dyer, Silva, Sanchez, Bryan Gill, Ali, Sessegnon and White. That is the team. A lot of these players have been out on international duty, so with varying degrees of tiredness, I'm guessing. But hopefully we will be able to work our way through this game. We've played about a little bit with the tactic because it's obviously been a bit unruly of late. So we're hopefully tweaked it slightly to see if we can have a better day at the office. If not, it's all going to go a bit Pete Tong. I'm not sure which. Let's get on with the game. And a recap of recent doings. We've won 3 of the last 5, drawn 1 and lost 1. West Ham have won 4 of the last 5, lost just that 1 game against Norwich City. And the confirmation of the table, West Ham top of, and we are down in 8th as it currently stands. And a game underway. Early highlight, Bergwijn in here. And Harry Kane on the score sheet, 4th of the season. He hasn't scored for a little while for us, but he has after just 1 minute, well, 2 minutes game time. Mahale throwing it into Lo Celso. Lo Celso to Bergwijn. Bergwijn crosses. It come off of Ogborn. And Kane getting his head down. Nearly got kicked by, I think it was Richards. But anyway, he got it in the back of the net. And we are a goal up. Holzberg with a free kick. We have... Holzberg has been booked as well, which is bad news. Lo Celso. Holzberg back to Romero. Romero to Reguilón. Romero to Dembele. Holzberg comes forward, sweeps it in for Bergwijn, number 2. 7 minutes on the clock, or maybe 8 minutes on the clock. But we are 2 up, and let's hope it doesn't go pop. That's all I can say. Dembele to Holzberg. Lovely through ball to Bergwijn. Bergwijn meets the ball and in the back of the net. So far, so good. And our tweak to the tactics might be doing the good. Zuma has a throw in. It may go all Pete Tong now. Long ball. Out to the other side. It's crossed back in. It's blocked this time. Holzberg gets rid of it. Lo Celso, and it comes to nothing. Thankfully. No more highlights at the moment. With 40 minutes on the clock, let's just drop a bit of praise to the team. It's not done particularly well. No, not as I thought anyway. And half-time arrives. We are those 2 goals to the good. Harry Kane after 2 minutes. Steven Bergwijn after 7 minutes. We have picked up 3 bookings though. Holzberg, Mahale and Upamecano all booked in that first half. I need to tell them to calm down. Basically, we need another second half like that, and we could be in a position to beat the league leaders. And Harry Kane gets us underway for this second half. The only concern with 3 players being booked in that first half, of course, is obviously having 2 players sent off last time out. We want to avoid doing similar this time. Dembele getting in there, getting a nice ball through to Son, Lo Celso, Kane, Dembele. Moving the ball around nicely. Try to thread that back through for Kane. Kane wasn't on it. And West Ham now have a counter-attack going on. Mahale. And Upamecano will sort that out. Casteels gets rid of the ball. But only as far as Ogbonna. Going all the way back to the goalkeeper. Neto. Sorting that out to Mahale. Bergwijn. Back to Mahale. Hodgberg tries to get it forward to Kane. Didn't get there. Dembele. And defence now showing signs, West Ham. I mean, we caught them cold early on, but they've settled themselves down a little bit now. Upamecano as we start to build from the back again. Romero. Reguilón. And that's the end of the highlight. We have a corner with Son. Mahale tries to get ahead on it. Hits it back out to Son. Bergwijn! Oh, that's come back off the crossbar. He launched that with ferocity. That ball came to him and that was whacked. I'd love to have seen that again, actually. Hit the crossbar, rattled everything, including the stanchions in the stadium, I think. And, wow. Absolutely brilliant. And not a lot doing. Mahale with the throw in to Lo Celso. Lo Celso picks it up. Back to Mahale. Mahale comes down the line. Inside to Hodgberg. Back to Mahale. And it's 2 blocks. And West Ham defending to the death. Now they have a thing, but Reguilón gets in there. And it goes out for a throw. Barkley is on for Minimo. Casteels at the back. Romero. Dembele. And Dembele gives it away. That's poor. And, oh, well blocked, but they do get one back. And like I said, nothing is given, but it could be an offside here. VAR is looking at it. But the goal is awarded. He was onside. It's a question whether Alvarez was offside when he had the first shot, which he wasn't. And they've got one back. So, time maybe for some changes. Being who, what and where. Nobody's playing really badly. Hodgberg is tired and it's telling me Eric Dyer, so we will bring Eric Dyer on. It's also saying Mahale. Right side. I'm tempted to leave it at that for the minute. Just need to mix it up a little bit. Still having 60% of the possession, so we're still doing okay. We are playing West Ham, top of the table. Right, 65 minutes comes in. It's time possibly now to have a look. We do have tired legs in the middle. Steve Bergwijn is tired. Bring Gill to come on for him on that right-hand side. Harry Kane also tired, and I think Andre Silva can come on for him. Let's just have a look at the tactics. And we may well deploy our usual going into that defensive midfield role. Lo Celso can drop into the ball winning midfield, or do we go box to box maybe. Silva will change him to pressing forward. Brian Gill prefers to be inverted winger, as does Son, really. So both those will now turn into inverted. Pump fists, go out and make a difference. We've not got that long to go. West Ham have a throw in though, and this is ominous. Lo Celso wins the ball, but only as far as Reguilón cuts that out nicely. Romero, Dembele, Son. Another goal now for us. Will kill the game off. Son. It's into space. Cuts it back for Dembele, who shoots. He's hit the post, and Brian Gill is fouled in the penalty area just as he's about to launch that. That could well be a penalty. And if it is, yeah, it is a penalty. And Andre Silva, can he score from the penalty spot? If it is, it's game over for West Ham. He's put it away in the corner. And Andre Silva, his 6th goal of the season. It's a 3-1 to Tottenham. And I think that is a win. It's a game over. And West Ham would have come into this expecting a win, and we've done the dirty on them. Fantastic win. Really, really good. 20 shots, 8 of which were on target, 2.77, 61% of the possession, 7.05 against their 8 shots, 3 on target, 0.88. They're only 39% possession, so we've absolutely knocked them for 6 on possession. And, well, at the end of the day, I think we have outmaneuvered West Ham. So that is how it is. How does the table look? And here's the table. West Ham still top, having lost 2 games now. Norwich and ourselves, the teams that have actually beaten them, and they stay on 24 points. But as I said, that gap has closed to 5 points now. We've moved up to 5th. After that game on 19 points. So the teams around us still have to play, so chances are we will drop back out again, depending on how those results turn out. But it's a significant win against top of the table side West Ham, who up until today had only lost that once. So I will be happy, more than happy, with the outcome of that. Right, so as it currently stands, that's where we are. It's on to our next game of the episode. It's a game against Roma in this one. And it's a Champions League Group C game. And this is the side to face Roma in this Champions League group match. It's a very familiar side. Castile's in goal, Reguilón, Romero, Upamecano, Mahale on the right, Dembele and Holzberg in central midfield, Son, Lo Celso, Lucas Moura back from his suspension on the right, Kane up front, Martinez, Sewell, Bergwijn, Silva, Emerson Royal back from suspension, Brian Gill and Ali are all on the bench. Brian Gill, Emerson Royal and Lucas Moura. I forgot they're not suspended for the Champions League. I'm not sure whether they've got one more game suspension in the Premier League, but we'll find that out in due course. Anyway, that's the team that's going to face Roma. Recap of the recent happenings. Just to remind you that Jose Mourinho is the manager of Roma. And it appears that Tammy Abraham is up front for them again today. That's the table. If you were unsure, we are at top at the moment. But that could all change if we to lose this match. Winning the reverse 1-0, of course. Mahale with a throw-in on that far side to Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura hugging the line, crossing deep for Son, who heads it into the area. It's bouncing around in the penalty area, but didn't come to anything. And not a lot going on. It's Even Stevens, I think. If you look at the stats, it's they're having more shots on target. More shots and more shots on target, should I say. But at the moment, we're hanging on in there. One ball cut out by Dembele. Hodgeberger's got a yellow card. He will be banned from the next Champions League game because he was only one away from... Ooh, unlucky Lucas Moura just putting that wide. He was only one yellow card away from a suspension. So he will have a suspension, as he has in the Premier League. And they've scored. Castile's got his hands to it, but didn't really get rid of it. And they've got a goal after 44 minutes. Ibanez puts that one away. And that's disappointing right on the stroke of half-time as well. We'll berate the team. Half-time comes and, well, it's not been a bad first half, but we could have done better, I guess. 8 shots, 2 of which on target, 0.83 on the XG, 55% possession against their 14 shots. So they've had a lot more of the game. 9 on target, 45% possession. So we're beating them on possession, and we're just about in it, but we need to be a little bit better in the second half if we're to win this one, or at least get something from it. Kumbulla is on for cards drop at the start of the second half. Kane getting us underway. Back to Dembele, who puts it out wide for Lucas Moura. Mahale fires it long, looking for Kane, but it hit that well too hard, straight out for a goal kick. Patricio launches the ball. Upamecano fouls his player, and they have a free kick for Toot. It's headed in, but Castiles is equal to that. To Upamecano. Upamecano comes forward. Mahale, and that's the end of that particular highlight. Kelso is very, very tired. We might need to change him. And we might need to change to positive as we are behind in this game. In fact, Lo Celso looks like he's picked up an injury, which is a bit of bad news. Who should we put in that slot? It's not really giving me any real choice. Let's put Dele Alli in there. And he's better on support, actually. We'll leave him on support. Kane not got any better. In fact, he's got worse. So while we're at it, we will make that change up front. Andre Silva coming on for Harry Kane. A double change on 64 minutes. Toot. And they've scored a second, but it may well be cancelled out. The referee's going across, and VAR will have a look at it. I think it's been allowed, actually. We see the highlight. And VAR have given it. So 2-0 down. We have an injured player. Andre Silva has picked up an injury, potential foot injury. That's got not good news. Right, what have we got? We've got Bergwijn on the bench, so it feels like Lucas Moura can go up front. He's tired. Very tired. It's not good. Do we just do a straight swap for Bergwijn? I think that's what we have to do. Do it that way around. Might be better. Bergwijn comes on. And he is going as a pressing forward on attack. And I think we are going to be unlucky here. We're going to lose this one by at least 2 goals. Ibanez, who did the damage in the first half, right on the stroke of half time. And Roma have been the better side all the way around. Dele Alli has nicked that one. Bergwijn. Lucas Moura, Holzberg, back to Bergwijn. Bergwijn goes out wide. Can he cross it into the area? Lucas Moura finds Dele Alli. Son! We've got a goal back on the stroke of 90 minutes, 91 minutes. 5 minutes of injury time. It's still on. Cuts the goal difference. And that is, I have to say, the first 2 goals, the 2 goals that Roma have scored, of course, are our first 2 goals that we've conceded in this competition so far. Is that going to be it? It looks awfully like that is it. It's a 2-1 loss. What a shame. What a shame. Ibanez after 45 minutes. Zaniola after 76 did the damage. Son managed to get one back a minute into injury time. But an injury to Silva is not good news. Actually, we didn't do too bad in the end. 17 shots. Only five of which were on target. 1.93 in the XG, so we have better XG, 56% of possession, better possession. Just didn't come away with it. It was topsy-turvy. We did come back into the game towards the end, but those 2 goals did for us, really. So not a bad day. It could have been better, though. It could have been better. Let's have a look at the table. So here we are. Here is the table. We are still top by virtue of, I want to say, goal difference. How does that work? According to this, we are still top. They have a goal difference of 8. We only have a goal difference of 4. I'm not sure how this has worked. I would expect us to be in second place, but we are top of the table. 9 points. Roma on second on 9 points. And then comes Sturm Graz on 3. So I think pretty much they can get, there's still 6 points available, so they could still get there. But I think we're all but qualified. Us and Roma, Shakhtar on the bottom with nil point. And they've still got to play. That's why that is still showing that up. In fact, they've got 3 games to play. So Shakhtar and Sturm Graz in the later game, that will determine how the table does look beyond this. But Sturm Graz could still get there, which is why we're not showing any qualification at this moment in time. So a 2-1 loss in the Champions League, but never mind. We'll move on. Leeds we're going to play offline, and then we're going to come back for Shakhtar and Burnley. Shakhtar and Burnley in our next episode, followed by Sturm Graz and Chelsea, and then it'll be World Cup time here on FM22. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of Making Tottenham and Hot Spurs again, nearly said that wrong, are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel, then you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 24. It's out on Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.